figured I'd do a very quick video on this V-Saturn. So I was getting trouble with recognizing Game Shark and Action Replay, and it turns out that the switchless region mod that was in this system, with it removed, the console doesn't know what region it is. It seems to have lost the language side of things, so it's defaulted to English, and yeah, it doesn't recognize any proper discs like a PAL or NTSC. I don't actually have any US ones. It could be wired for US right now, but I would have no way of knowing. So to fix it, I'm going to have to take the board out for the 8th time and just solder some jumpers on, care of Nopes on Assembler Games. He worked that one out without me having to Google, so he beat me to it, which is very kind of him. So yeah, let's get this apart and have a look at where the jumpers are. They're on the underside of the board, of course, which is underneath everything. So just a bit of fun on a Saturday night. Alright, so here we are. What are you doing? What is this doing? What is that? That's right, 350. Go to it. Go, good, okay. So, here we are with the VA9 board. So, there's actually only, not many of these are documented, I noticed. So this particular one is the 1717291C. There's also a 91B. And because this came out of a Japanese Saturn, makes it a bit more special. These were pretty common in the PAL regions, apparently, the VA9, and on some high Saturns, but there was nothing documented, at least of 2013, what has happened since then, mentioning a Victor Saturn. So I don't know, unless this board came out of nowhere. I mean, it could have come out of another machine, of course. Okay, so we're here to look at a couple of things. We want to make sure that there was a wire coming off this reset switch here, so I need to make sure that there's still continuity between the top of that capacitor and that top reset button. Need to make sure that's still there. That's one of the two things. And the other thing is somewhere on the back here. There's the green wire that I reinstalled. That is a factory add-on. And there's the wire links I need to fix up. So let's have a quick, get a bit of light down here. No, light's just going to get in the way. Bugger. Okay, so there you can mostly see. So I need jumpers 6 and 11 to be bridged to complete the Japaneseness of this console. Previously, I believe it had one blue wire coming off JP11 on the left, and I think JP7 at the top, which then went up to the top of the board into a hex inverter of some sort. So I'm not too worried about that because that's all in the bin now. So I've got to get this working. So we've just got to do these. So I'll be right back and then we'll have a look at this switch on the top. Well, the good news is that there's still continuity between C122 and the switch on the top. So that's all good. So I don't worry about that. Jumper 2 wasn't cut on the other side. And we're now soldered together on those two pads, JP6 and JP11. So let's fire this little guy up and see how we go. It's amazing how much smaller these SH2 chips are on the VA9. They are tiny. I wish I had a VA15 board where they combined them into one chip. Apparently the Derby Saturns, which are the This Is Cool Saturn, the translucent smoky grey do the same thing. So if this was a fully switchless mod, it would have had on this IC here, which I believe is IC2. I'm looking for it. Xtal, no. IC20. That's pretty close. It's 21 then. 23. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have it. That's the point. Interestingly, on the Sophias, that area is the part that went faily. Capacitors in that sort of area. Interestingly, there are electrolytic radial on this model instead of SMD, which is good, I think. Electrolytic radial tends to last longer than SMD, at least in the 90s. But that could be completely wrong. Anyway, let's get this back together and give it a test, see if we get some Japanese text. Okay, so we've got it in a minimal configuration. So in this state we're expecting it to at least do, well, something in Japanese. And we should be able to get the action replay to boot. So let's find out, shall we? Yes, excellent. Okay, so now I can't read anything. It's making the different noise because there's no CD drive detected. Which is accurate. So if I go into Memory Manager, and I think that says System Settings, Language, that's clock. No. That's better. Exit. First one's clock, of course. There's no disk. You can't check the disk. So that's good. So let's pop an action replay in, or a Game Shark. Let's pop the Game Shark in. This came all the way over from the United States. So in theory, it should boot up to that. Previously it would say it's incompatible cartridge. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. What would it say? Unsuitable for this system. So that is good news. For good measure, give the other one a go. Beautiful. That is great. That's all I wanted, and now I have it. We'll check back in a little bit with that. Well, we're back in one piece. It's the next day because I realised it was past midnight, which is after my bedtime. So here's the little V-Saturn. Let's have a look at what happens. Of course, it needs the date time. No longer prompts for a language though, which is a good sign. So this is a retail disc. A Japanese retail disc. And there you have it. It works! And the Game Shark loads, so you can pop on, well, any region, backups, or normal discs. So all in all, very successful. I'll now be stress testing this for the next 24 odd hours, and hopefully it'll still be running quite well. and then it will go on eBay. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. McRetro out!